In order to properly discuss exactly what happens to the planet of Mustafar after the events of Return of the Jedi, we have to put spoilers for The Rise of Skywalker in this video. So if you have yet to see Star Wars Episode 9, please go do so before watching further. It's not a massive spoiler, but nonetheless it is a spoiler, so you've been warned. In the beginning of The Rise of Skywalker, the first planet that we encounter our heroes on is actually Mustafar. It is revealed to us in the Rise of Skywalker visual guide what has happened to the planet of Mustafar after Darth Vader was killed above Endor in Return of the Jedi, and how the planet has been altering itself because of the dark side energies being depleted, and Lord Vader's castle actually being destroyed, as we learn in The Rise of Skywalker. First though, let's explain exactly what Vader's castle was and its functionality. Fortress Vader, also known as Darth Vader's castle and Vader's personal abode, was a stronghold located on the volcanic world of Mustafar. Once the site of an ancient Sith temple, the fortress was built above a Sith cave that still remained. Existing by the time of the reign of the Galactic Empire, the Sith cave contained a dark side locus. The castle was designed by the preserved consciousness of the ancient Sith Lord and artist Mammon, whose haunted mask possessed an Imperial lieutenant and made them create Fortress Vader and design it. Mammon meant for it to channel the force energies from the dark side locus under the castle and open up the door to the dark side of the force itself. The Sith Lord Darth Vader allowed Mammon's design to be built using Imperial resources in his possession. Although Vader failed to open the door with his first design after a trial and error process involving 7 more designs, a perfect design was finally built for the castle and conductor for the dark side of the force, a design that was able to open up the door to the dark side. But when Vader was distracted by a Mustafarian uprising, Mammon opened it for himself and resurrected his original body. Mammon then confronted Vader and was able to badly damage Vader in their brief duel. Vader, however, crushed him using a stone slab and the Force. With Mammon, the Mustafarians, and the Imperial garrison dead, Vader was left alone to open the door to the dark side for himself. Vader's spirit entered the portal in search of his dead wife, Padme Amidala. He returned, however, unsuccessful and used the fortress power to destroy the portal. He then contacted his master, Emperor Palpatine, to confirm his plan to return to Coruscant. In the following years, the castle came to serve as Vader's personal residence from time to time. He rested inside a bacta tank that was housed inside the very castle. Following this though, we do not know a lot about Vader's castle. However, we do know as of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, the castle did in fact fall, but that Vader's own grandson Kylo Ren would return to Mustafar in search of a Sith wayfinder, a wayfinder that would lead Kylo Ren directly to the world of Exegol, where he would locate the resurrected Emperor. However, there's a far more layered past and history of Mustafar and Vader's temple, with the visual guide for The Rise of Skywalker saying this about the planet post Vader's death. A molten world in the Outer Rim territories, Mustafar has long been gripped by destructive, invisible forces of nature. Mustafar roils like a wound that cannot be healed. Such instability, though, has churned valuable ores to the planet's surface. Some off-worlders, though, are now drawn to the hellish planet for reasons less tangible and precious than metals. Some believe the world's nature is shaped by spiritual forces, a belief born by the planet's ancient mystical history, as well as its more recent reputation as the home of the Sith Lord Darth Vader. Since the death of Darth Vader, his legend has only grown, and cults have arisen to worship his power in the dark side. Some even voyaged to Mustafar in pilgrimage, to visit the ruins of Vader's temple, which was seemingly destroyed by the Rebel Alliance or possibly the New Republic following the war, seeking to tap into the powers that supposedly fueled the Dark Lord of the Sith. One of the most tenacious sects is the Alzamez of Winds, a group that also worship Darth Vader. The Alzamek are devoted to protecting the Fen, which they believe is the dark side of the Force, as well as Darth Vader's castle, and confront Kylo Ren when he first lands on the planet. It was also these individuals that planted a small forest outside of Vader's castle, in a hope to bring life back to Mustafar and to hear the spirits speak to them personally. So basically, to break down exactly what happened to Darth Vader's castle and Mustafar after the events of Return of the Jedi and Rogue One where we last saw it are this. The castle was in ruins following the event of Darth Vader's death, but Mustafar became quite famous for the Dark Lord of the Sith himself and his many exploits over his time as a Sith Lord, with many worshippers of the dark side of the Force venturing to it to worship Darth Vader in death. and to perhaps even feel the power of the dark side of the Force that lay within the planet itself, as Mustafar is a dark side nexus. It's clear that these cultists feel some type of power in the dark side here, but not the power of any Sith Lord, even going as far as to plant an entire forest outside of the gates of Darth Vader's destroyed castle. But that is what happened to Mustafar after Darth Vader's death in Return of the Jedi, and the final fate of Fortress Vader. Anyway though, my friends, what are your guys' thoughts on this, and what happened to Mustafar as well as Vader's castle following these events? Thank you so much for watching, may the Force be with you, and have a great day.